I think we need to stop worrying so much about what we should be talking about on the podcast and just start saying some nonsensical, not any sort of even segue. Just start listing off random ass facts.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one, that video just now, I mean, historical misconceptions for you to bring up during the family barbecue. Now I have like 12 more things to bring up during the next family barbecue. So again, that's useful. 467,000 others have agreed with me on that fact.
Which is great, because I had no idea what I was going to say.
Right.
Leading up to this barbecue.
True, but now you have at least 12 things to talk about, which means either A, you can go crazy and just
now
shoot
I
them
can
all out
converse
at
the whole
once.
night way.
You could spread them out across the night, kind of interject here and there. You can use all 12 on 12 different people, one per person, or you can use all 12 on 12 different people. You know, you can kind of really have the balls in your court.
I'm going to sprinkle in like 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 there, and then after I go through all of them, I'm going to wait 5 minutes and just recycle them in different orders.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Your bread and butter the night's going to be husbands and wives who are not next to each other.
Yep.
So you can like go have the conversation over there, then go have it with the next person over here, and then they like, wait, you had the conversation with
That really
too?
is my crowd, dude. I do the best.
That's
with
your
those
bread
type
and
of
butter, and
crowds.
you're breaking them up into separate parts.
Yeah. It's like I back up in the corner so they have
Plus,
to
all
listen
those
and like
fucking
the joke.
YouTube shorts I keep seeing is just these dumbass podcasts. Like I don't even know the name of these two guys. There's these two dudes who just undoubtedly, it's a toss up if they're more familiar with their own cock or the guy sitting across from them's cock. You know, they don't know which one they know like the back of their hand. One of them is the back of their hand. One of them is the front of their hand. Okay. But these two, and it's not even like, I almost feel bad like saying mean things about them because there's nothing, they seem like just nice guys. They seem like fine, average, plain, nice guys, but they're just so goddamn annoying about how boring and plain they are. It's these two fucking knuckleheads who will just be like, pick two names for me, male names.
Chuck and Brad.
Chuck and Brad? All right. So Chuck will be like, so Brad, I want you to name the top 5 Toms. Top 5 Toms, according to Google. And then Brad's like, oh, okay. Tom Hardy, number 3, nice pull. Okay, 4 more to go. Tom Hanks, number 4, really good. All right, you got 1 left, 2 left, and 5 left. Ooh, Tom Hiddleston did not make the list. Not on there. No,
that's surprising.
Not on there. Interesting. Tom Holland also not on there. Wow, really? Yeah, no. Do I know who this is? Totally know who these guys. Yeah, you definitely know who these guys are. Oh, Top Gun. Tom Cruise. Yes, number 1. Tom Cruise. All right, now you just need 2 and 5.
So yes, number 2. Now, who the fuck's above Tom Cruise?
Who's number 2? Think fashion designer. Oh, Tom Ford. Exactly, Tom Ford. You got it. Perfect. All right, number 5. Who's number 5? Can I get a hint? Greatest of all time, greatest to ever do it. Tom Brady. Yes. And that's the entire short. And then I look at it, it says it has like 17 million likes. I'm like, I'm just not seeing it.
Oh, see, for a second I thought that was going to be the part where we lost the audience. But then again, based on your...
They had 17 million likes. I don't know.
That's where we just got
like,
the audience.
That's every clip I see of them. It's just these two fucking guys, and they look the same. One's got like dark hair, one's got like light brown hair, one's got sandy blonde hair, okay? They both wear ball caps. They're both wearing
They
t-shirts.
got the visors to the side, the hair gel sticking out.
No, they're not cool at all. These guys are losers, all right? They're not cool guys. These guys got beat up by those guys.
Sex with girls that look like them.
No, all right? They want to have sex with girls that look like those guys as girlfriends. All right? They don't get those girls. These guys are nerds, all right? But that's literally all. And every time I see them, it's always the exact same thing. It's always them like, hey, I found this list. Do you want to guess the list? And you think like, what are they, all actors? No. It'll be something that's arbitrary. It's like, what are the 7 greatest tools since the 19th century? And it's like,
oh, this is a good question.
Ooh,
I've been thinking that's a lot lately, actually.
Industrial shoe press.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Yeah, that's really good.
Garden shears, number 5. Wow.
You're good at this.
Mixing straws. Number 2. Like the sword ones you can stab through cherries and shit. Yeah, those are the ones. That's the one picture they show. Wow. And that's every fucking short they have. I don't know what their name is. I don't care what their name is. I don't care if they're nice people. They're fucking annoying. I take back what I said earlier about feeling bad for. I don't feel bad. Fuck them. They suck. It's really lame, though, and apparently that's all it takes. All it takes is just to be able to read facts. Apparently all you have to do to make good videos is just read other people's information and then just recite it.
Like, I'll be honest with you, before when you were like, you want to talk about, I was like, I thought you knew what you wanted to talk about.
Well, I realized immediately after I asked the question, I was like, I don't know why
you felt the tension in the room change?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know why I'm bothering asking, because fucking when you do respond, you're like, I thought talk about The Walking Dead. I thought talk about The Walking Dead. It's like, oh, so you thought I don't talk about The Walking Dead?
Fuck
and
you.
then when I said I don't want to talk about that,
you're
like,
to say, pal.
It's ridiculous. It's like I tell you, I don't even know why I asked you anything to talk about because the answer is no.
I don't know why you asked either because you know I have nothing to talk about.
All your responsibility. It's like, well, yeah, I figured you could talk about this, so.
Yeah, so, okay, so then I fucking went into a panic.
We should start doing the list. That's why. Those guys, those two fucking knuckleheads are probably so relaxed in their day-to-day lives.
My point was I've been thinking about, I don't know what to talk about or how much to do this. And it's like, dude,
we're doing too much work. We're here again.
And we're back.
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 No, I don't even know. Fucking... I don't know how everyone talks. I guess the first part of it was me ragging on those guys for talking about dumb shit. Just like, what if we do a podcast and everyone just tunes in to hear us give lists?
Yeah, why do we put any effort into it? If all you have to do is just fucking just...
And also, you know, maybe the reason why we struggle sometimes to even fill the half hour is because we talk like normal people, or what I deem as a normal person. But I always forget, you know, watching YouTube videos in 2 times speed, and you come across a channel called Horror Culture, exploring the terrible Jaws sequels, and you're thinking, hold on a second, this isn't 2 times speed. This motherfucker's talking slow as ever.
The speed.
You put it in normal speed, and it's the protagonist. That's too fast. It's in Jaw. No,
it's really hard.
No. Hold on, I can do this. I can find my center. Hold on. He's like the protagonist.
I think it's still too fast.
Jaws. Yeah, it is too fast. This guy's a fucking got a special ability.
But like
one more time.
But hold on, this is the speed he's talking at 2 times speed. This is barely fast at normal pace. This is 2 times speed.
Yeah, this is him in 2 times speed.
What?
So the character in Jaws is
you have to drag the words out as
the protagonist.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's it.
Jaws. They thought that bigger and more expensive would be better. Though,
like, dude, how do you not feel like your head's gonna explode? This is making my ears hurt listening to this.
Hindsight and reviewing the films,
how are you not stuttering right now? You have to spend so much time thinking about your words at this speed. It's insane.
The case. Just because.
Please stop. My skin is crawling now. It's terrifying. Why'd you do that, David?
Project
stop, Hal. Shut up,
doesn't
Alex.
mean that it will succeed. And it's like, wow, I just spent a whole 2 minutes talking. Maybe that's because I'm thinking like, wow, this guy's had 29 minutes worth of stuff to talk about the Jaws movies. No, he has 4.5 minutes worth of stuff to talk about the Jaws movie, and he stretched it across 29 minutes. And we're back again. We're back. Jesus Christ, this one's off to a hot start. We've gotten, I think, 6 minutes in, and it's the 3rd time we've hit record.
Yeah, well, you know what they always say, 3 times a charm.
And for me, it's more like 6 times a charm.
And we're back. And we're back.
And I also realized that I didn't need to actually hit. I could have just done an old editing trick and just said "and we're back again" and pretended I had it. Then I actually had to reach over, hit record, start the new recording, and waste everyone's time, myself included.
But you know what makes it better? You didn't do it that way.
The commitment, the authenticity.
Yes, thank you, because I can't say that word.
The authenticity.
People come to this not because we talk slow, not because we list off facts,
not because we list off cool facts like who the most famous Christophers and Toms are,
but because we're authentic.
Because we're authentic. Because the authenticity, and it may be because of the way in which we deliver our information. Even then, it's like you're thinking like, oh, he talks slow. That's 10 times faster than this fucking dumb fuck in this video is talking.
I don't understand how you can talk at that speed because I feel like as you're I feel like there's so much time in between each word for you to think about something else. Like, how are you even continuing the train of thought?
No idea.
This has to be like you have to have a stream of this going. I don't understand how you could say the word.
It's like a fucking flat tire trying to drive.
Exactly. You're just falling. Exactly. I don't understand it. It's fucking scary, bro. It's a scary, scary world. But that's we gotta.
That's what we gotta do, parents. This is the secret to success. It's just talk slower.
Start talking about this.
Really slow.
And we have to have, and actually, you know what else we have to do? Because if you watch anything on YouTube, anytime anyone's talking, they constantly say, "Hey guys, this is what happens." They cut. And so I was watching this video.
Yeah, it can never be one stream of consciousness.
So actually, the fact that we have all these cuts with the restarter was actually just more authentic.
That's the secret to it. Yeah, it's more authentic.
We're just really finding our structure.
So we need to do that more. We also need to make non-combative statements that aren't even anything that can get a rise out of anyone, but then immediately backtrack them. So like we'll be like, you know, I don't think that. You think I have an example for the thing I want to talk? Okay.
You think?
Indiana Jones is on the screen right now. You know, everyone on YouTube, for some reason, all these guys who talk super slow, they also have to be where they're like, you know, and Indiana Jones just sucks in this movie. Not that I'm saying, you know, Harrison Ford didn't give a good performance, that he didn't try, but I'm sure he did. Just for me personally, I didn't like the way the character went. They always have to backtrack immediately because they're too scared to step on anyone's shoes, as if Harrison Ford is watching your shitty fucking YouTube video. Like, I don't want to be mean about Harrison Ford here or anything, but I think he's just collecting a paycheck. Now, not that that's not important. Of course, money is very important, and Harrison Ford did nothing wrong here. But I'm just saying, me personally, for me, it didn't land.
That's like
I hate that more than I hate when someone says a remark and then says, maybe I'm just not the right audience for it.
It's kind of like when you watch like a 16, 18-minute video of this guy clearly making this point of view. At the very end, he goes,
"But I'm sure he's a nice guy."
Yeah, I mean, forget everything I say. He's probably a really good guy. That's like when Eminem makes a song at the end.
Exactly.
I'm just playing.
America. You know I love you. It's like interesting because I just was bopping it to White America for like 4 minutes, thinking, yeah, you know what? Fuck America. And then you say, you know, America, I'm just playing. You know I love you. It's like. So what the hell's the point of that song, Marshall?
It just makes you think, though. That's really the point.
It makes you think. Yeah, it makes you think how much of a fucking fraud you are by saying you were just kidding the entire time after you got fucking... That's the worst kind of person, one who's going to get everyone ready for the fucking riot and then say, actually, guys, I'm not feeling it. Like, dude, you got the blood pumping. You gave us the fucking speech. We're ready to go out there. And you said, you know what? Game's off. It's fucked up.
Pulled my back the other day. I'm just going to go...
I it's fucked up you don't answer fans, you know?
Right on a starter cap.
That's right. I got an autograph for you, brother. I wrote it on a starter cap.
You know what else we need to do?
Stan, son, Dad isn't mad, but how you gonna name yourself after a gun and have a man bun?
You know what else I realize we have to do?
Start wearing baseball caps. Every podcast you see, the guys are everyone's always wearing baseball caps.
We have to start drinking Liquid Death, apparently.
True. Liquid Death, baseball caps, shitty top 10 lists.
Which, does it bother you that Liquid Death is not alcohol?
Yeah, tremendously. I don't like the idea of anything other. You're promoting water?
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's so lame.
Promoting water?
I thought it was alcohol or some cool fucking drink or some mixture. Yeah, it's water. Dude, you can't call it Liquid Death. It's the exact opposite. What is Liquid Life, bro? Call it Liquid Life.
And they're always like, yeah, it's in the can, and they're always like, oh, let me have a little Liquid Death. Let me have a little water.
Is it carbonated?
I don't know.
No, you know what we really have to do though? The point I was getting at was we really have to have guests come on here apparently, but then they have to interview us and ask us questions about ourselves and get into the real deep and dirty of our lives.
A la George Janko and Hyman Mandel podcast.
Because I thought it was Hyman Mandel's podcast.
I don't know why. I think I don't know for a fact, but it shouldn't have been that. I think what happened is he must have come over there to film, and they just did 2 episodes back to back. Like, Tim Dillon goes on a Rogan all the time, and he'll record his Tim Dillon episode at Rogan's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of
already over there. It is very lazy.
That's lame, too.
Rogan's
and it's also
guy.
confusing as shit.
Rogan's a busy guy.
But then why would... So you're saying that means that part of the episode wasn't actually George Janko's show, it was Howard Mandel's or the chick next to him show? So why were they sitting...
It wasn't the chick next to him show. Proof of it is the fact that you said Howie Mandel and the woman next to him. Yeah, I don't think Howie Mandel's... The person next to the host of the podcast.
Yeah, but doesn't it sound lamer saying Hyman Mandel has his own podcast versus Hyman Mandel just happens to be doing a podcast with his buddy?
I see your point.
That's why I assumed maybe it was hers. But the point, why are they sitting in front of the sign that says George Jenkins?
George Janko.
George Janko. Sorry. I hear one dumb name. I immediately associate it with another dumb name. Because I'm watching this video and I'm thinking, is that not Howie Mandel? That guy looks exactly like Howie Mandel.
I think only you're having this problem. I think this is that thing where you're trying to like make it where we're all having this problem.
No, I swear, no, everyone else was thinking this. Okay, and then I'm like, is the chick's? But her name's George.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, the other guys? Why the fuck are they interviewing him if it's his show? That makes no fucking sense. I don't. Your logic of they came to the film their podcast. Fuck that. Go somewhere else. Sit in a different part of the room. It's confusing as shit and stupid.
I think they did sit in a different part of the room because I imagine on the podcast usually I think George probably sits against the wall. It says George. I don't think his guest
so why is Howie sitting there?
Now he's the interviewer and he's the guest.
But it implies he's George.
But anyone who's watching the Howie Mandel podcast is well aware he's not George Janko.
But who knows who Howie Mandel is anymore? So somebody watching the George Janko podcast will be like, is this guy George Janko? No, I know that guy's George Janko. Who the fuck's this bald guy saying his name's George Janko?
I don't know, man. Howie Mandel, he was on The Fire and the Kid a couple months ago, so I think he's he's popping off, I guess. He's back to being the fucking cool guy in comedy.
What, Deal or No Deal's coming back?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said cool guy in comedy.
Yeah.
I forgot he did comedy because he's not funny.
That's true. He got famous being like, oh, it's Bobby. He's Bobby.
Why? No, my impression is way better. That one I definitely
I don't, Robbie, congratulations. Wow, what a fucking heroic thing.
It is.
I can do a better impression of Howie Mandel's side character.
It's Bobby. Yeah, actually, it is an achievement, dude. You just did the water. I can't even do it. I can't even try. You just do impressions left and right. So yeah, I got a little.
Be me for a goddamn
day. Exactly.
Day.
Sucks. Be me. The guy who can't do impressions who wants to be that guy. The guy does impressions is the life of the party.
I think we should go back to we gotta fall back onto we're going to it. We gotta just stick to the script, okay? Who are the 7 most famous Brians? Go.
Shit. Brian. I can't think of any Brians right now. I always fail at these tests. Very good, man. How about we go back to the part where you answer the question after you ask
It's really good how even when I try to, when it's just like...
Ask me an easier question. Pick a different name. I bet you I can do it any other name than Brian. You picked a hard name. Start over, okay? The Brian shit didn't happen.
All right.
Who's Brian? I don't know.
Top 5 famous Joes.
Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Which one was he on? Number 4, number 5?
Didn't make the list.
Oh, that's okay.
Didn't make the list.
We're doing top 10 maybe?
Top 5. No, sorry.
Joe Manganiello.
Number 1. Surprisingly, Joe Manganiello, most famous Joe in the entire world.
Joe DiMaggio.
Didn't make the list.
Joe Stalin.
Number 2, Uncle Joe.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Made the list, and Joe Manganiello and him, I'll tell you right now, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Not people I would have guessed.
Okay.
But the fall off from 1 and 2, it's like neck and neck who's 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5 is way less popular than Uncle Joe and Joe Manganiello.
Joey Coco Diaz.
Number 3.
Okay. I remember. Maybe I can get 4 and 5.
Maybe. Number 4, President.
Joey Roosevelt.
No, Joe Biden.
Oh.
And then number 5.
Give me a hint for this
Joe
guy.
Piscopo.
Joe Piscopo. I never would have ever guessed that.
Joe Piscopo. I know, more popular than Joe Rogan. Maybe Joe Rogan was number 6, but, Frank Sinatra impressions are very much in nowadays, and Joe Piscopo's back in the public eye.
You're telling me that Joe Rogan's not in your top 5? You know what, Alex? He's not even in my top 20.
He's not even in my top 20. What?
Fuck that guy. He's an idiot.
Yeah, I hate Skip Bayless more than anything. He should die. I hate all those guys. It's just insane. It's like, sports are cool.
Sports are really cool.
So you think the guys who talk about sports would, by association, be cool. And they're always the dumbest guys in the world. And,
it's almost like they're so athletic and competitive, they have to compete to see who could be the bigger moron amongst themselves.
Since they lack athleticism, they're thinking we'll have a game of wits. Unfortunately, they're all fucking stupid. So they just ends up being who can be dumber, who can be dumber. Because really, who's the smartest of that? Oh, you're just doing the Stephen A. Smith walk?
Yeah, I thought it was obvious.
Even if it was obvious, there's no cameras on right now. It's just me.
I was doing it for you and myself. I thought it was funny enough to do, obviously.
All right, fine. I'll do the douchey fucking. For all of our listeners who can't see right now, what Robbie's doing right now is he's doing a strut across the room, similar to Stephen A. Smith walking into the Garden, thinking that they're there to see him. The New York Knicks are only playing because they know he's there tonight. They're, oh, guys, we weren't even going to play that, but we heard Steven's coming in, so. You know what, guys? Lace him up.
Let's
give him a show. All right, let's give him a show
Steven.
on the court. And he's just like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm him. And he walks in there. He's walking past actual NBA legends. He's like, motherfuckers, that ain't do shit to me.
And he ain't fucking trying to greet them. He's waiting for them to say something to him.
He literally, it's insane, the confidence. And again, it's like, I used to think that guy was crazy. He's not crazy. He's delusional. There's a huge difference, all right? Crazy guys are crazy. He's delusional. We can't fault him for anything. He thinks he's him, all right? It all comes back to, I guess one of those ESPN contracts really got to his fucking head.
Yeah.
He walks in there thinking like, the fact that these guys aren't bowing to me. I'll let it slide this time. And next time I'm going to talk to Mr. Dolan. I want him to know that when I walk into the Garden, all right, they should bow to the king.
You know how fuck, I'm so stupid. I had a point I wanted to say about him with his delusionalness. You said something about how it's like admirable. It's just amazing. I have a train of thought and it's gone. Point I was going to say.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
Ask you the money. Yeah, well, it's gone. And it's actually gone. And it's gone.
I don't remember, bro. I don't even care. I care too much. We relearned today. There's no reason to care about it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna go. I was just gonna for a second. I thought, I'll be funny if I said, hey, who are the 5 most famous blanks? I realized that you're incapable of answering those questions.
Dude, Chris was a hard name. I got Joe like that. Pick another name. I bet you I can do it.
No.
Yeah, do Stephen A. Smith. It's number 1, right? He's the coolest Stephen out there.
Stephen A. Smith's number 1.
Yeah.
You got it.
Steven Seagal's number 2.
Yep. I'm surprised you're getting these so quickly. You're right. I guess Steven was the name you needed to get with.
Stephen Martin.
Yup. Very popular actor Stephen Martin is number 3. Also, speaking of which, how the hell, who's watching Only Murderers in the Building? Because it's not me, all right? And it's no one I know, and it's no one that I know that they know. So who the fuck is watching this show?
I think it's one of those money laundering schemes, trying to get rid of the...
That's true, because it's filming in New York. The costs are probably outrageous.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
And I can't imagine. You know what's really crazy, though? Who thinks getting paid more on that show?
Ooh, good question.
Selena Gomez or like Steve Martin and Martin Short? First of all, here's another thing. Are Steve Martin and Martin Short getting paid the same rate because of like respect? And because Steve Martin's like, it's my buddy? Or is it like, because realistically, all right, Steve Martin, if he gets paid $1,000, Martin Short should have to pay Steve Martin $500 to be in the scene next to him, okay? That should be the pay scale. If Steve Martin's getting paid to be in the show, Martin Short should be paying to be in the show, all right? I like Martin Short just fine.
Yeah.
But there's no way he should command the same check. But I feel like because of the way that show is made and because of like, since they're pals, it's probably like, we're all getting paid the same. But that's ridiculous.
I got an interesting idea here. Do you
think he's paid more, Selena Gomez or Steve Martin?
It's definitely not Martin Short. I think it has to be Steve Martin, but Selena Gomez...
I don't know what you're doing right now, but the way you just sat down... Apparently, you took this whole entire joke of us becoming like every other podcast too seriously, because you just sat down. For the listeners here, for everyone who's just listening right now, the way Robbie just sat across from me, he crossed his right leg over his left leg, and he pulled his knees forward with his heels back against the couch. He slouched off to his left with his hand and his elbow and the microphone to his side. Basically the way Mark Cuban was sitting on the floor in that podcast, where he's talking to that girl, being like, what are you, 41? I'm like 40.
Also, that girl,
hey, old
she's
man,
26.
can I fly your plane? Nah. What if you with me? Maybe that'd be nice. So I can't take it? Nah, you can't take it. Why are you saying no? Why are you smiling? Because it's nicer to smile than to frown. No. She's like, yeah, you're right. That's good advice. Like, yeah, I own the Mavericks. Do you want to suck my fucking dick? And she's like, aren't you married? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not married to my cock in one person's mouth. I'm married to the idea of marriage. I'm not married into the idea of my dick going into one mouth.
Yeah, I guess that's like we have to start being super awkward when we talk.
It's super awkward. Starts sitting on the floor because apparently that's cool. Everyone's like, yeah, that's cool. She's sitting on the floor. That's interesting. It's like, yeah, that's super cool. That's awesome. We should sit on the floor. That's my gimmick. I love how there's gimmicks for podcasts too. It's like ladies in the office. It's like, so half the workforce is your gimmick?
No, you dummy.
That's really
ladies from the show The Office.
I'm talking about that one. I'm talking about the thing on Barstool. Where it's those
really?
two girls.
Oh, shows what I know.
Isn't that show called like Ladies of the Office or Ladies in the Office? What's that shitty Barstool podcast? Amongst all the other shitty Barstool podcasts.
I guess maybe you're right. I don't fucking know. Or you're looking that up. I have a proposal about the Only Murders in the Building thing. Don't you think it would have been a little more interesting if instead of Selena Gomez being the most random third in that trio, if they got Chevy Chase to come back, we had a little bit of a Three Amigos reunion?
That'd be pretty cool.
I would watch the shit out of that show.
Would Chevy Chase be playing the Selena Gomez role?
Or it's the exact same role. It's just Chevy Chase is delusional and thinks he's Selena Gomez. He's actually playing Selena Gomez playing the part.
That's interesting. It's a good idea. Yeah. I'd actually probably watch more than the first episode of that. Was it?
Minus the second half. The first half, probably just being the Three Amigos sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez can still be in the show. I
looked at Barstool Ladies podcast, and somehow that wasn't enough information. Barstool's like, we're unfamiliar with what you're asking us.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna look again. They have because you need this many fucking podcasts apparently.
How many do they have? I thought they had 2.
I think they have like 1,000. They have Stool Scenes, Barstool Rundown, The Dozen, Only Stands, The Dozen, Barstool Yak, The Dave Portnoy Show, Best of Barstool, which I guess the KFC Radio one, Pardon My Take.
Yeah, part of my take is cool, but I kind of hate people who listen to Barstool.
Yeah.
Because they have to like listen to Barstool 24/7 and they listen to all of the Barstools 24/7 and their entire life and their mantra is Barstool.
Yeah, and obviously their entire life and their mantra, and they should only listen to us and talk about us. And,
exactly.
And just give us the clicks and everything else.
We're I don't know. I lost my
really good stuff there, buddy.
Thanks.
It's called Mean Girl Podcast. It's actually the name of the stupid podcast. The Mean Girl Podcast. This isn't what I'm thinking of. What shitty podcast had Topher Grace on where they're talking about like, oh my god, I loved Tad Hamilton, and then
I think it was called "We're Two Chicks We Work for Barstool"
that wasn't
podcast. I'm pretty sure that was the name of the episode, the show.
Chicks in the Office.
Oh well,
me typing in Barstool Ladies Office podcast. They're like, no, these aren't ladies; these are chicks. It's a very different thing. My point is, I don't know what my point is, just how hard it was. Now I'm offended how hard that was to find. I thought I was just totally off base and it wasn't even a thing. I thought I was just making this up. No, it turns out that looking up the very complicated algorithm that everyone talks about on YouTube can't fucking figure out, like, Barstool Ladies it's not ringing any bells.
It's like when you type in Christopher Nolan.
And it's like, you mean Christopher, the Danish DJ? No. Who the fuck outside of the Danish is looking up Christopher in reference to that guy?
You, actually.
Me.
We thought maybe
so
you'd be
Chicks of the
interested.
Office. Why was I bringing up that dumb thing? Oh, no. How is that a fucking, like, our podcast is, we're two girls who work in a company.
It's like, it? It's
like
not even sports
almost
related?
all the people. No, nothing about Barstools is sports related anymore.
Oh, really?
If you go to the Instagram page, all they do is they'll post a video about something that's not sports related, and everyone comments, people saying, thank you for updating me on the next game tonight. I'm really glad about the sports information you fulfilled me with.
It's so fucked up.
And then Dave Portnoy walks around just...
I love pizza.
I'm
pizza. A dickhead.
I'm fucking awesome. I'm the smartest guy in the world. I'm from Boston. I'm super cool. You know, I started this out of fucking paper. There's a fucking paper I started, bro. Bro, I'm fucking. I lost $200,000. Oh wait, I didn't buy the right fucking stock. Oh, I'm $2 million in the hole. Oh fuck. Oh shit, fuck.
It's all right. I guess I'll
Let me do a podcast with two 20-year-olds because I'm desperately clinging on to my last grasp of what I think youthfulness is, because, you know, they always say grind, you know, work in your 20s, grind in your 30s, be happy in your 40s. But they don't tell you when you're in your fucking 40s, you're fucking 40, and it's not that fucking fun to have fun anymore. So you gotta act like you're 20 still. That's why I gotta have a podcast with two 19-year-olds.
And that's how I came up with the idea of Barstool.
Let's get with the Barstool. I thought it'd be really fun and really cool to make an entire thing all about, you know, how hot college bitches are and how fun sports is. And I thought it'd be really cool to pivot off of that and just become a total fucking douchebag. I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, I thought, you know what'd be cool? You know what'd be cool? Think about this, right? El Presidente. It already sounds like I'm an asshole if I go by that. Why don't I actually just completely be the piece of shit and be the most douchiest El Presidente of all time?
It's the natural progression. I mean, it made sense.
Because, you know, I thought, you know, El Presidente, right? It's like a character. It's a guy. That's interesting. That's the kind of guy who goes to pizza places and says shit like, honest rating, 8.7. 8.7. Oh, this is fucking great. 8.7.
Dude, we gotta start doing more of that too. We gotta start just going to the pizza places with our phones recording us.
That's fucking $34 for a slice. I mean, it's a lot, but you know, it's fucking good pizza. I don't want to eat this cake, bro. It's fucking delicious. It's fucking amazing. Oh my god, this is honest thoughts. 9.2. Fucking phenomenal.
Dude, you act just like
the way the cheese is. Oh my god. And it's like, you're a billionaire or a million. Even if he's like, I'm not a billionaire, I'm a millionaire. You're a millionaire. All right, you have the entire energy, persona, look, sound of your voice. Every measurable fact about you screams impoverished. Well, now I'm the idiot. I just mispronounced that. Now everything I said about him is completely incorrect, and honestly,
the guy's really cool. He gets what he's doing.
El Presidente is now my president after that blunder. Now I disagree. Now I think about it, he's actually a pretty cool guy.
Really
Very cool. Those pizza reviews are fucking sick. He's walking into places just giving out like 8.7, 6.5s. And he's so quick on his feet, the way he can just give those numbers as if they're, and he pretends that they're not arbitrary. He pretends there's an actual validity to the, oh, dude, 6.3.
And that pivot you said about, there's a pivot of greatness. What were we talking about? Douchebag pivot?
No, not at all.